Hey everyone, welcome to another video review. This is the Transformers Legacy Evolution Deluxe Class Animated Universe Prowl. Yes, we're finally getting more animated after all this time. So anyway, box. You can see right there, motorcycle mode up front and center. You got Animated Universe Prowl, Legacy Evolution, Hasbro, and Transformers, and plastic-free packaging, all that stuff. On the top here, you have some tech spec QR code if you want that. On the back side here, some robot mode shots. On this side, you have the line ride artwork, including, yes, that little, I believe it was on here, was this, there's the little animated style space bridge is right there. On the bottom, you have manufacturing stuff and what's included. And on the back, you have copyrights and warnings, and of course, some product shots. And it's Evo Fusion, which is a really, really desperately trying to make the, justify this whole Evo Fusion branded nonsense. It also comes with instructions, which are pretty much all right. There's nothing really wrong with them, but there's nothing great about them either. I think there's one spot that kind of wasn't exactly super clear about what it was supposed to do, but whatever. Anyway, Animated Prowl. So yes, he's a bit different from his animated self, because, well, he's not as lanky and everything, but he still turns into a black and gold motorcycle guy, and he still looks, still got some inspirations for, for certain things. But yeah, looking up close, you can see this head is, again, somewhat of an animated style head, although, more G1ified. You got, kind of the gold crest and black and blue and silver face there. You got his little chevrons there, both on the shoulders and on the forearms. You got his, the windscreen chest. You got his kind of his rider pants. I think those are called, whatever the highway patrol likes to use. You got his wheel, shins, all that stuff. That's a thing. Feet with some black and gold on it. On the back here, you have his big old side skirt, wing things, all that stuff. So you got all that. Looks pretty good in my opinion. Definitely takes a huge step away from animated, but making that work in, with everything else. This animated in general is very different. Well, I like him, I think. I never had the original, unfortunately. I was kind of not really collecting animated toys when they were coming out, and I've got a few since they were coming out, but yeah, I never really was into it until much later. Anyway, he does come with a couple accessories, if I can grab them. These little discs, which the cool thing is, if you spin them, at least it's supposed to work like this, if you spin them kind of opposite one another, they turn into shuriken. Although, as you can see, sometimes you get this thing. They're supposed to be geared together, but they don't always cooperate. One in particular. Let's see if this one works a little better. Yeah, this one generally worked better. But yeah, it's you gotta do that, and you get a little shuriken, and of course you can kind of, his hands are, rather than 5mm port holes or whatever. Well, this one is 5mm. You can hold them, although. Yeah, this hand's not so great at it. I noticed that, but this hand can hold it pretty fine. And unfortunately, because this hand has a 5mm hole in it, it can't really hold this as well as the left hand can. So yeah, it's going to be a bit of a trying to figure out how to do that. Nope, that didn't work. Wish I could mount them on the sides of the arms or whatever, but I wish I. That's the thing you do, and of course you can, retract the shuriken blade things. Hopefully, yeah, I might have to do that, but yeah, do that. And of course, there's a weird little ring here, and it can just kind of go onto the side of the motorcycle wheel and fill out his legs a bit if you want. If you just want to store him away, which he doesn't. He's not always, he's not always doing the combat thing. Not always. Sometimes you got to put weapons away so you can meditate or whatever. Yeah. There you go on that front. Articulation, his head and all the ball joints, so you got left and right, up and down, quite a bit of up, actually. Up and down, you got a little bit, actually quite a bit of wiggle, lots of wiggle, actually. So there's all that. You got, shoulders going all the way around. You go outward like that. You have a bicep swivel. You have about 90 degrees of elbow bend. His hands, there's a wrist swivel, but you can do that if that's important. He does have a waist swivel. And thanks to transformation, he does have a slight bit of ab crunch. Not a whole lot, but it's a slight bit, which is neat. Hips, you got forward, and because of shapes and stuff, he can go very far forward. You can go back very far. You can go outward. In fact, hold on. very far. He's very limber. Knees and legs. He's got a thigh swivel. Knees. About 90 degrees or so. Thanks to transformation, you got this joint too for the feet, I guess, or ankles or whatever. That is a joint you can use for whatever reason. I'm not sure what, but you can use it. And the feet are, they're on ball joints. So you have tilt either way. And you can also go way, 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 way back. And not really forward, but you can use this to cheat the forward. So, pretty decent array of articulation down there. Anyway, comparison, because for whatever reason, we actually got 2 motorcycle guys in a single wave, which is unusual, and both of them have shuriken. Here's Crash Bar, because the same wave, why not? They're both motorcycles. Prowl's a little slightly taller, but not by much. Here's Earthrise Optimus, just to give you an idea of how big he is. And use one of the few animated toys I have. I don't have many, but I do have a Voyager class animated Optimus. Again, I don't have an animated Prowl, but there you go. There's an idea right there in the scale of those two. Anyway, there you go on that. Going to go ahead and transform him to motorcycle. And do that, well, first just, put those on the wheels if you haven't already. Take the hands here and just fold those in like so. As the head's on the platform, you want to take that platform and move it back like that. And then here, what you want to do is, let's see, which one is it? It's, okay, so rotate the waist 90 degrees this way and then untab these from the back. And then you go ahead and take the chest piece here, and this will rotate along with these things. So all rotate around and should go over the head, although the head's going to be sometimes a bit of a pain here, I've noticed. Sometimes, and sometimes the head wants to go off at a weird angle, which makes things really annoying sometimes. But there you go, that, all that's squared away. You bring these a little bit forward so you can get this up like that, these pieces up like this. And then from here, you want to go ahead and, there's a hinge here, you want to use that to bring that down like this. Take the arm pieces and then bring them at the back of the shoulders and extend the arms out like so, and then bring them together and tab them together like so. Like that, you go ahead and bring this down too. That. Now, here at the waist, you want to go ahead and bring it this far forward. Then right here, you want to take this, rotate this 90 degrees, bring this back like this, and bend at the knee. So this part right here, the spike will go up in this little notch right here between the it's supposed to go notch here between the arms, which are not sitting properly. It goes up here between the notch right there between the arms, and hopefully not accidentally untab them because they do not tab together super well. Like that. And then this right here is supposed to move forward, and you could bring the foot up like this, like so. Like that. And this one, what you want to do is take the front edge this way, and bring this and forward like that. Get that up all the way, and then bring this back. There's little tabs on the side of this foot right there. See those tabs? Actually, before you do that, you want to go ahead and just make things a little easier. Bring the kickstand down. Again, this stupid thing came undone. And then bring these back, and then these will tab into this the little side skirts right there, like that. Bring this back and tab this into the foot. Still kind of hold this all in place. And this right here, you want to bring this up like this, and this is going to bend up, and this is going to kind of, this foot right here will kind of go up into here, hopefully, and complete the front of the motorcycle, like that. And then you got to bring that down a bit, and or not, it depends, because here's the problem, is the kickstand can be a little weird, so you might have to If you position this down like I think they want you to, the kickstand will not work. But if you move this up like this, I think it's supposed to be the things. It was supposed to be this up like this. That, then the kickstand will actually work. There you go. And there we go. That should be, hopefully, actually, you know, sits properly. That, yeah, should be the motorcycle mode. And yeah, the motorcycle mode, it's a bit, apparently a lot of people aren't really super fans of it. I do like it overall. There's a couple things, you know, you can see definitely some gappage there, which probably shouldn't be there. And if you look carefully, you can see his head just chilling out in front right here. And it often, because of how it transforms, it's really easy for the instrument cluster, which is on the back of the head, which is pretty neat that there's, you know, an instrument cluster there. You know, but it often winds up sitting crooked because of the process of transforming. But hey, there's, you know, you got handlebars and stuff. And this right here, this doesn't tab together super well, but you know, it's one of those things where it's like it becomes pretty solid once it's all together, but it's kind of weird. The kickstand can be a little finicky, but you know, I think overall it looks really nice. Personally, you got those little headlights there too and everything. You know, you got the little red and blue translucent plastic there, which is nice. Yeah, I think generally it actually looks pretty decent. Not most amazing, but it's decent. Even got a little gas tank, like, you know, picked down silver there. And he does roll pretty darn well, even with the kickstand down. But yeah, this is the thing: is if you have the you have this like down like this, I think a lot of people think it's assumed it's supposed to sit like this. If you do it like that, then it doesn't work. But if you have this sitting up flush, which it feels like this is how it's supposed to be, then works just fine. So I don't know. Maybe I think a lot of people complain about the kickstand and probably just simply you have the they simply have the wheels out of alignment. But I generally like it overall. Not perfect, but it's a pretty good little motorcycle. Anyway, real quick comparisons. That's one thing, is these shoulders. The problem is getting the shoulders exactly where they're supposed to be is a little bit of annoyance. But yeah, real quick comparisons. Here he is with the crash bar. Very different style motorcycle, but you know, still both fairly similarly sized. There you go. And of course, why not? I'm not going to transform Earthrise Prime, but here's animated Prime, because yeah, not in scale with each other here, but not a huge deal. It's all vehicle mode scale has always been weird, but it's, you know, it doesn't quite really match up, but you know, just give you an idea. And again, I would compare with the original animated Prowl, but I do not have that. One thing I'll say is I hope a third-party company or someone comes up with the well, someone already has 3D printed, but I want one like DNA Designs. Sometimes I don't get a 3D printed one. This, you know, the sidecar samurai armor. I really want that to be a thing. But other than that, generally, I really like this. It's got a couple problems. Getting stuff to get tabbed together initially when transforming can be a little bit of pain, and the shuriken gearing doesn't seem to work very well. But generally, he's a pretty solid robot. Transformation, again, like I said, has a couple of little annoyances where it's just getting stuff lined up perfectly. And his motorcycle mode is one I like, but a lot of people are kind of cold on, so there you go on that. I generally think he's a pretty good way to kind of bring animated Prowl into the legacy stylings, but that's just me. I think he's worth picking up if you can find him. But if you were a big animated fan, you're just disappointed by this, maybe just stick with your, you know, or maybe this is just too G1-y for you. Probably just stick with your animated Prowl figure if you have one, or just go pick one up. But I like him. I think he's worth a look. So that's it for this one. I hope you found it informative and entertaining. Hope you like, comment, subscribe. Check out my Twitter. I'm at Nemesis Prime 1. Check out my co-host, cohost.org/Nemesis-Prime. Check out my coffee and my Patreon. And I'll see you next time with another video review.